Hello everyone, and today we will talk about is time an illusion or not? The title of this video is Breaking the Chains of Time. Is our perception merely illusion or not? Time is a profound concept that has captivated human minds for centuries. It is the fundamental framework that shapes our lives from the ticking of a clock to the aging process. But is time real, or is it merely an illusion created by our subjective perception? Let's delve into this fascinating question and explore various perspectives on the nature of time. One perspective that challenges the idea of time as a concrete reality is found in the field of physics. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not absolute but instead relative to the observer's motion and gravitational field. This revolutionary theory suggests that time is inseparable from space, forming a unified fabric known as spacetime. In this framework, the flow of time varies depending on an observer's velocity and proximity to massive objects. Time dilation, a phenomenon predicted by relativity, illustrates this concept. When an object moves at high speeds or in intense gravitational fields, time appears to pass more slowly for that object relative to a stationary observer. For example, in this video, the astronaut is moving fast, so the time and the stars moving in the surroundings seem to slow down. This discovery has been confirmed through experiments such as measuring the time difference between atomic clocks on Earth and ones on satellites. The relativity theory's view of time challenges our common sense understanding of a universal, objective time flows uniformly for everyone. It suggests that time is not an inherent property of the universe but rather a dynamic aspect shaped by the circumstances of each observer. Furthermore, quantum mechanics, the branch of physics that deals with the microscopic realm, introduces even more perplexing insights into the nature of time. In the quantum world, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed or measured, a phenomenon known as superposition. This raises questions about the role of time in defining reality. If time is fundamental and flows continuously, how do these quantum superpositions occur? Here it is written that physicist Erwin Schrödinger famously illustrated a dual quantum state by imagining a cat in a box along with a bottle of poison. In the example, the viewer, Schrödinger in this case, cannot determine whether the cat is dead, and thus, from his point of view, the cat can be thought of as both dead and alive at once, a superposition of both possible states of the cat's life. Some physicists propose that time may arise from entanglement, a phenomenon where particles become correlated regardless of their spatial separation. According to this perspective, time emerges as a consequence of the ever increasing complexity and entanglement of particles in the universe. It suggests that time is not a pre existing framework but an emergent property similar to temperature in statistical mechanics. In addition to physics, philosophy has long grappled with the concept of time. One philosophical perspective that challenges the reality of time is known as eternalism or the block universe theory. According to this view, all moments in time exist simultaneously, akin to a static block or painting where everything is already there. Supporters of eternalism argue that our subjective experience of time flowing from past to present to future is an illusion created by our limited perspective. They contend that all points in time are equally real and that our consciousness merely moves along this fixed block, experiencing certain moments in a sequence. Eternalism finds support in certain philosophical arguments. For instance, the problem of the determinate past asks why the present moment appears to be privileged over past moments. If the past exists as a definite reality, why can't we directly access or change it? This question challenges the notion of a linear and flowing time. Another philosophical perspective on time comes from the philosophy of presentism, which holds that only the present moment is real. Unlike eternalism, presentism asserts that the past no longer exists and the future is yet to come. Presentists argue that the flow of time is an inherent aspect of reality and that our subjective experience of time aligns with this view. Presentism is appealing as it relates to our everyday experience of time. We have memories of past events and we anticipate future ones. We seem to exist in a constantly moving present, perceiving the world unfolding before us. However, presentism faces challenges in light of the special theory of relativity. If the present is the only reality and the past no longer exists, how do we explain the observation of time dilation or the influence of massive objects on the flow of time? Beyond physics and philosophy, our personal experience of time also raises intriguing questions. Have you ever noticed how time seems to fly when you're engaged in an enjoyable activity while it drags during tedious moments? This phenomenon suggests that our perception of time can be subjective and influenced by our mental state. Psychological time or our conscious experience of time can be malleable. Studies have shown that emotions, attention, and external stimuli can alter our perception of time. When we are fully absorbed in an activity, a state known as flow, we often lose track of time. On the other hand, during moments of boredom or pain, time can feel agonizingly slow. Such subjective aspects of time pose a challenge to the notion of time as a fixed and objective reality. If time were an illusion, as some contend, then the experience of time would be a construct of our minds rather than a fundamental aspect of the universe. Cultural variations in the perception and measurement of time further highlight its subjective nature. Different societies have distinct ways of conceptualizing and organizing time. For example, some cultures emphasize the present moment and prioritize spontaneity, while others focus on tradition and history. Moreover, the invention of calendars and clocks has allowed humans to impose a structured framework onto time, dividing it into units such as days, hours, and minutes. These spiritual perspectives often emphasize the importance of being fully present and mindful in the current moment. By cultivating awareness and letting go of attachment to past or future, practitioners seek to transcend the illusory nature of time and experience a deeper reality. In conclusion, the question of whether time is an illusion is a multifaceted and fascinating inquiry. Physics challenges our intuitive understanding of time, suggesting that it is not an absolute universal framework but rather a relative emergent property. Philosophy explores alternative perspectives from a static block universe to an ever evolving present moment. Psychology and culture highlight the subjective nature of our experience of time. Furthermore, spiritual traditions propose that time is illusory and the true reality exists beyond temporal constraints. While the answer to whether time is an illusion remains elusive, contemplating this question invites us to reflect on the nature of reality, consciousness, and our place in the universe. Whether time is ultimately an objective reality or a construct of our minds, exploring its mysteries broadens our understanding of the human experience and deepens our appreciation for the fleeting moments we have in this ever changing world.